Some questionable shit. But boy, oh boy, I'ma just be like, look, I messed this up already. But look, I'm sitting up here watching something last night, and it was this dude. It was this dude, and he's talking about the Matrix. He's talking about the Oracle and what she was doing in the Matrix. And he was like talking about the Matrix Reloaded. Now this movie came out in '03. I don't know what this dude like that was 17 years ago. So again, this man is like a few years old. Like he was like a few years old when that movie came out probably. And so I'm sitting up here listening to this dude cuz he talking about the cookie the Oracle gave him and everything. And I'm sitting up here like the whole time I'm like waiting for like okay, what's the thing? And he was talking about how the Merovingian gave homegirl the cake. And then like somewhere in the line, like he was talking about like the speculation thing. Like he was talking about like the Oracle probably did this because like cause of Trinity. It was something he said like at the 10-minute mark. And so I'm sitting up here like, but my man, no, you saying probably like that's what the Wiskowskis had in mind. Like that was probably something totally different. And you're talking about probably not knowing if that was what they was going for in the movie or not. And so I'm like, you keep hearing these dudes all the time. And plus, like I said, how he was narrating the movie, like, I mean, it was beat for beat what the movie was about at first. I'm like, bro, I mean, we've seen, like, whoever's old enough to see The Matrix, it's like, my man, we we've known this before YouTube existed. I mean, even though somebody could be like, "Oh, but he's talking about the people who never seen it," but it's like, still, man. I mean, it's just like these dudes be trying to act like they're smarter than everybody all the time. It's like I've uncovered something that you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, dude, though, you didn't uncover nothing. I mean, like the whole thing about the cookie that she gave him. I mean, yes, it's not real. So, why did she give him the cookie? Like, was it explained that she gave him like a code or something or whatever the case is? But it's just like it's like these weird like videos be coming out on some crazy shit like all the keys. No, no, no. Wait. If I'm not mistaken, it was a big picture in the mansion when Neo was fighting all those dudes. Like they'll be like making a whole 10-minute plus video on on the painting, trying to act like who was the artist, what was that supposed to be, and the Merovingian was trying to put codes in subliminal messages. It's like, damn man, why you gotta be focused on that? Or like the statue that dude broke when he was like fighting Neo and shit. It's like who was he? He was like some warrior that meant something. It's like, stop it. It's just always these dudes all the time on some like crazy shit. And it's like you just can't watch the movie for the sake of the movie. You know what I mean? It's just like it's always this whole like some it's like they gotta make these YouTube videos about this shit. And it's like you can't let the movie just be the movie. And it's like whoever figures out something or whatever the case is, just let them figure the shit out on your own. Let them figure it out on their own. Let them figure this shit out on their own. You sitting up there trying to like ruin this shit for people. I mean, damn, man. Just shut up about the shit. Damn, that's fucked up. But like I said, it's just like, man, it's just all the time. And then it's just like it's always like speculations of the thing they're talking about and not like I said, who knows what the original writers or whatever the thing is. They probably never even looked at it like that. It was like, nah, I didn't mean that. It meant something totally different, bro. And you sitting up there talking about some crazy shit, and it's like, nah. I mean, dude. It's just like in Forrest Gump. And they be like always like criticizing movies and shit. And it's like when he was running and his braces came off in Forrest Gump. Like they be talking about like that wouldn't happen in real life or that would be absurd because how the screws was made back in the time when he was a boy. Like it was like what the when was it like the late 50s, early 60s or something? And like how the screws was made by this company, made the screws with like real steel compared to how it is now, and with the aluminum nitrate alloy was mixed at the plant in Kentucky or wherever, Alabama, wherever Forrest Gump was. It's like, dude, why do you have to go into a history lesson on this shit? Just let the shit exist the way it is without your bullshit on some real shit. Cause it just comes off as annoying. It's like I'm the smartest person in the room, so I'm gonna be like I'm gonna tell you what I know. And it's like, okay, bro. Just like I said, just stop. I mean, it's just like you ruining the experience. It's like now I'm thinking about the metal company in Alabama now. Like, huh. Like this it's like a whole bunch of useless information that they're trying to legitimize when they be making these shits. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the original like the writer of the shit was like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like, an aluminum metal company. What is this? I mean, you putting extra like backstory on shit that didn't even need it. You know what I'm saying? It's like just stop 100%. I mean, damn. There's always some nutsack somewhere. Oh man. Oh shit. Let me see. You know what? Fuck this part. What is this? Nope. Cause I gotta work on this one for that to work. But see, I might hmm. Let's see if this is. Wait, is the right? I keep looking over at my bed. is, I gotta see if this side. I gotta see what overlaps. Make sure this is cool. And then it was just like I was thinking about I was thinking about some shit yesterday, and I was like even though I shouldn't be doing this shit, but wait, I gotta make sure all my parts are like. It's just like with Cyberpunk. You know, people are hyped over this game. People are hyped. I mean, hyped to like no end. And I could see the hype. I could see the shit. And it's just like when people like, cause like I said, it was the scene in the damn, I keep looking over at my bed. It was the scene when they was talking about like the what was it? It was a scene and it was a room and had these like wooden columns. And then if you look on the left side of the screen, that looked like the material that went into like I think the one in the one that was the darkest brown. I don't know if it was the second or the one at the bottom. I gotta look at the picture. But that looked like the wood material that went to the planks. One of the ones that had like a scaly, like a golden scaly color, that was a material somewhere else. Because usually the materials come in spheres when you make them, like the materials in a type of program like this, Unreal or something like that. So it's like for me, I'm not going to ruin people's experience about like, oh, that ain't shit because I could make that. I mean, like looking at Night City, it's a beautiful city. It looks like some shit that it's it looks like some shit that I already have in mind for my shit. Not saying every city is like that, but I mean, it's just like, first of all, my stuff is set in the future, but then it's like on another planet. So you're gonna have like certain, like, like unique type buildings, like futuristic shit. So it's just like, that's cool. And people are hyped. But it's like, I'm not gonna sit up there and be like, oh, fuck Cyberpunk. I could do that too, so fuck them. It's like, nah, let people be hyped. I'm not gonna ruin people's shit. Even though that's not really ruining people's shit, but it's like, it's just like on some crazy shit that, like, my only complaint about it is like it's not in third person. And they just came out with this photo mode, and I'm like, okay, but you can't come up with third though, like a camera rig. You know what I mean? That's like my only thing about it. But other than that, it's just like, let people enjoy the shit. Just let people just sit back, enjoy it. Whatever they don't like, just let them discover it on their own. Don't try to be like, oh, I know the meaning of life in the Voodoo Boys because they did this, and it's like, stop. Like, if it's not literally a part of the shit, then I don't want to hear like speculations or nothing. And I was like, you know what? I should seriously stop watching these videos. Cause like, dude, with the Matrix, I mean, you're talking about a movie that like I'm like, look, man, you just seem like you just trying to get something for your channel, and you just latched onto it. But it's like on some real shit, dude. I mean, like whoever didn't catch on to it by now, it's like stop, bro, cause it just gets ridiculous. And then it was like The Matrix was one of those movies that it was like every intellectual wanted to, every pseudo intellectual wanted to jump on and act like they were smarter than everybody in the room. And it's like, and every movie bad guy is trying to be like their own Agent Smith. Like I said in one of my other videos, it's like, it's not just about like, oh, I'm going to destroy the world and I'm gonna twirl my mustache. Now it's like some philosophical meaning behind the way he set the bomb, because like he set the bomb at 3:33 a.m. and that meant like the Roman symbol for Aries, and Aries this, like, man, bro, like I said, stop, because it sounds crazy. You just doing this shit on purpose. And I'm not even like trying to bash people that's like on some real intelligent shit, but I mean, it's just like everybody's trying to do it though, and not knowing how that shit really looks like. Like it's almost like saying like, did you know fire is hot or water is wet? Like, really? Tell me more about that. You know what I'm saying? Because I told this story before. I was like, I remember in 20, when was that, 2010 at FedEx, and we was talking about movies. And it was like, there was some dudes, and they didn't get like the meaning of the Matrix. And I was like, I know what like the shit meant. Certain like character names and all that, which was the subtle way the Wachowskis did it. You know what I'm saying? Like Morpheus wasn't always saying, "I'm the god of dreams," and I mean sleep and like dreaming of one. He was just Morpheus. And then once you looked at the backstory of the names, then it like made sense what his goal was. He wasn't keep beating you over the head with it. But even telling them like this shit about the Matrix, it wasn't like I was smarter than anybody. It was just like they just didn't know. I didn't make a 10-minute YouTube channel on this shit. And then it'd be like, and it was this one dude. He was talking about like how come he never finished RPGs because the way the battle system is structured. It's like, okay, if you know how the battle system is structured and you know what should or should not be in an RPG, then how come you ain't making one, bro? Now, how come you ain't attempting making it? You just sitting in your basement talking about the shit. I mean, if you're gonna be saying some shit, I mean, damn. I mean, at least put the work in and be like, these RPGs ain't shit, and here I am. You can see the evidence of me working on my own RPG that's gonna be better than Final Fantasy. Fuck them, because they ain't shit, and their mama ain't shit. You know what I mean? But you're just in your basement talking about the RPG system because you couldn't beat it because you got bored of it. Well, that's you and your um what is the word I'm looking for? You ain't got an attention span to hang with the RPGs. So now you just whining about the shit. It's like, dude, stop. You know what I mean? It just stop. I tell all of them, just quit. Cause you looking like a dumbass that needs to get beat. See, now they gonna be like, oh, so now I gotta get beat. And you just be taking shit too far. Like, man, just shut up, dude. You know those? Damn, I keep looking over there and the paper's right in front of me. I mean, technically speaking, this is done. I mean, I just gotta do some shit, and I gotta put the belt loop through here. But that's not. Wait a minute. That's not my immediate focus right now. That is not my immediate focus at this point. Because I'm going to have to. You know what? Let me do something else. Let me work on something else. Because. And I got a real bad habit of jumping back and forth. But there's a reason why I'm doing this like this. There is a legitimate reason why. There is a legitimate reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. And it was just like this dude. Like that guy was talking about in one of my other videos. He was like, oh, so you think you're superior? No. No, he was like, you think you're better than me because you know how to write a script. And it's like, look, I never said that I thought I was better than him. It's like I said, when you're writing a story, there's there's certain rules that you have to know. And the dude that I was criticizing in the video, and he was loving this dude, but there's certain things in movie scripts that you have to know before going in. Like I said, if you're writing a game, like I think they said Detroit Become Human, or was it Heavy Rain? One of them scripts was like over 4,000 pages long. Like he had 4,000 pages of script. Something to that effect. Now, with a video game, you could put in a lot because you're making a like 40 plus hour experience narratively in a game. So you have time to put in like or explain different things in your game. Instead of like the other dude that everybody keeps calling a genius, he beats people over the head with a whole bunch of shit and terminology. It's like, what the fuck is this? Like, you're not explaining it like they show not tell type thing, but it's like you have enough time in your game to explain certain elements that's going on. You're not just going to be um like there's a dude and there's a rhino standing in front of him. He takes the rhino's horn and he like throws it in the air, and then like some stairs come out of nowhere, and he's walking backwards, and then somebody comes up to him and be like, he says something, and he was like, do you have Toshibas? And he's like, oh, Toshibas, I don't do that type of lifestyle anymore. And you'd be like, what the fuck are they talking about? Like, and then they just go off and really not explain what are the Toshibas? What is this? Why was there a rhino there? And he just took his horn off, and like, what are we looking at? Like, is this dude like a sort of like a wizard or some shit? It's like, no, just go with it. And it's like, what the fuck, bro? You know what I'm saying? Or like with a movie script, like going back to the whole movie script thing, you're not going to make a 200 something page movie script. Because what I was taught, there's this thing called script economy. And you have to like put in like rather 120 to 140 pages. And I recently saw that even 140 may be too much now. You know what I mean? And even the dude that I used to know, he was telling me about like the whole show not tell thing. And because see, I had a novel out in 2012, 2013. And I'm the type of person that I like to detail my shit. And even in the movie script, I'm detailing certain fight scenes. But it's more for me to know what like what's going on so I wouldn't forget. But when you look at like a fight scene in a movie, like one thing I saw, I think it was The Matrix, and it was like Neo and Agent Smith fighting the park. That was it. Like all the stuff that he was doing with the pole and doing all like how he flipped backwards and hit Agent Smith in the back. Like that wasn't in the script. They didn't write that. It was just they fight. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be like, at this point he did this just for so I wouldn't forget it. You know what I'm saying? But like if Hollywood start knocking on my door, I would take that out, but I just have a copy for myself of the detail part. But you know what I'm saying? There's like certain things like that. So it wasn't like I was acting like I was better than the dude. I'm just saying. It's just certain things that you must know when you're writing a story. And people keep throwing this genius word around, and I'm like, where? Because the shit just looks and sounds crazy. Because then I had the argument where like since this is a different culture, he's from a different culture and everything. Again, there's certain things in certain people's cultures that just wouldn't fly here, or you have to explain the shit in a detailed way for people to understand where you're coming from. There's just like certain jokes wouldn't land in certain countries. And if you're trying to sell the shit to like different people, I mean, like it's just like almost like saying if somebody was like, well, look at Ghost of Tsushima. That's a different culture. Yeah, but people are familiar with samurais at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole cowboy thing, like Red Dead Redemption. Like people from overseas, they call us cowboys and the whole American cowboy thing. So the cowboy genre is a old enough concept for people to understand it though in other cultures to that degree. But when you got little like nuanced things in your culture, it's kind of like I don't know, bro. Like I said, like it's this particular country they have some like I don't know what is the word I'm looking for. They have like a certain like religious thing going on. And if you try to bring that shit here, people gonna be looking at you like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not going to fly in this country. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, bro. And all I was saying about dude is nothing saying I was better than the dude. It was just like, look, it's just certain things your boy ain't doing. I mean, you have your own style. Like if you have like little things like, focus on or close up. Those are like little things, certain, like, that's dependent on your writing style. But like I said, you can't have like a 300-page script and be like, oh, I got a script. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have to break that shit up in like pieces, bro. That's just how it is. It's just how it is. Or certain things that you do in certain movies. You know what I mean? Like your shit has to flow right. It has to make sense. I mean, even if it's like quote unquote weird, it will still have to be like, you can't have these like jarring places like, this is like where I'm a samurai or a shogun in Japan and I got a samurai sword, but the landscape looks like a desert or something. You'd be like, where's the deserts at in Japan? What is this? Like I said, it's just certain things, dude. But I mean, if you want to enjoy dude shit and you want to be all like whatever, I'm like, no, man. I'm just not. I'm not buying it though. Cause like I said, it just seems like people just want some deep shit, so they could feel like I don't know. It's almost like they feel lost and they're looking for a deeper meaning in life. And it's like they would accept any old thing that would just anything that would fly over somebody's head. They'll be like, "Oh, that was deep." Like, what if CAT really spelled dog? He'd be like, "Oh man, that's deep." I got that from a movie, but it's like, nah, man. It's just, CAT spells cat. Don't spell nothing else. It's like, no, it means something. It's on a different frequency, and you just ain't getting it. It's like, nah, like, nah, bro, stop. I think this goes back far enough. But like I said, it was like I was trying to tell dude about the game, and he's sitting up there acting like I said, I wasn't trying to act like I was. I mean, it's just like there's some shit about this that I don't know. But if there was some dude, whoever the case is, man, woman, whatever, they came to me on some real shit and was like, okay, you're doing this wrong. and it was on like some real shit. Like, you're doing this wrong. I know, like, if you do this, that, and the other, and you will get your problem solved like that. Then it'll be like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna seriously sit there and be like, oh, you think you better than me? Like, even though you spent like 5 or so many years in the video game industry, you think you better than me? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna listen to whatever this person got to say. Like, they've been in the video game, and like I said, because I just started this in really like March, I think, of this year. But you got some like veteran type dude on some real shit. I'm gonna listen to him. Like, if they was like, I've been in like, I've been the senior designer at like Blizzard or whatever video game company, Activision or some shit. I'm gonna be like, oh shit. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be like, you think you better than me? Coming with that skeet ass ponytail thinking you the shit? You ain't better than me. Like, I ain't gonna be I ain't gonna be saying that shit. I'm gonna be on some real shit like, oh. But dude's ego was hurt. Because he's sitting up there liking a dumbass game, thinking it's on some deep shit, and it ain't. Because I'm having a problem. I'm having a slight problem with this. You know what I'm saying? Like, trying to get the geometry right on this jacket. You know, trying to make sure I get it flipped over right. And I'm pretty sure if like you have like some dudes in the video game industry, like, you know, there's an easier way to do this shit. I'm all for the easy shit. You save me the motherfucking time. Cause there's like multiple ways on how to do certain things, but I mean, the easiest way is the best way in this. That's why they got mirror modifiers. You know, but some of these dudes in the industry ain't using what I'm using. You know what I'm saying? And then that goes into the thing I was talking about earlier about Cyberpunk. It's just like with the whole thing about people being hyped. It's like with the Unreal 5. And I remember like when that came out, you know, people was like, oh, they was yelling and shit. And I'm sitting up there like even though I'm using Unreal Engine 4, I'm like, you know, you could still, you know, get around. Like, of course 5 is going to be better than 4. Of course it is. But it's like at the same time, there's ways to make your projects in 4 look just as good as whatever the Unreal Engine 5 is. I mean, cause like with certain things, like you don't need 8K textures to make your shit look good. You could just use, like, you're not gonna use like 2K textures. You know what I'm saying? There's like certain things in the industry. Well, like the materials I have, are like 4K. And sometimes you can get by with 2, to be honest. So like all this extra shit that people was just hyped up for and yelling and shit and beating up their friends and choking them, like, oh my God. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, man, calm down. See, like I said, even with this, I'm struggling with this, to be honest. And then I want to try to, it's just a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Again, it's a whole thing what I'm trying to do right now. Damn, let's see. Oh man, what? Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. It's just a whole thing. See, that's why I'm feeling like, because there was something that I forgot to do right now for these shorts. And it's like, nah, I gotta fix some things off camera for this. There's some things I gotta fix. Wait a minute. Yeah, there's some things I gotta fix. And it's just like I did this whole shit the other day. I did all this shit because I was like following along with this dude. Because again, my computer, like I said, I got an i5 processor. And I was like, my shit is running like mad slow if I bump the subdivisions to 5. And so I was like, let me try to make some skin shit. But using the what's it called? Voron, I can't pronounce this word. Voronoi. Um like to make the different like colors and shit. You know, it's like far away it looks cool, like on some skin shit and like the material here. But up close, it just looks pixelated. So I was gonna kind of go with this as like my main skin texture, you know, change it up depending on the character. But it's like fuck it. Like I'm gonna actually try to like actually apply the skin like pores using the multi-res at the subdivision 5. It's just like fuck, I don't care how slow the shit is. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. And just go with it. But like on some real shit, like this is gonna be a short video probably. Cause like I said, I was on a roll yesterday. But it's like kind of like something I have to do. Like right now. So we shall see. But at the same time, like I actually might make a part two. You know what? Matter of fact, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a part two. But I have to do something right now. So let me turn this off and come back later. Yeah.